Pokemon Go may seem like a simple game, but there are many hidden tips and tricks that the professionals use to maximize their gameplay. And today we'll be going over 7 of them. Starting off with the first and one of the most important tips, double remote raid inviting. Currently in Pokemon Go, remote raiding is just one of the main ways that the pros grind. And there's a secret to them that will help you and your friends raid them much more efficiently. Obviously, when joining a raid, you can invite up to 5 people. But 5 people isn't that many, especially for the more difficult legendary and mega Pokemon. And we all know how rare it is for all 5 people you invited to actually join the raid. So something the pros do to help with this is double invite. Send 10 invites instead of 5. And how do you do this? When you join a raid, send your first 5 raid invites. Then you have to wait until there's at least one more person in the raid lobby, whether it be a person you invited or someone that's there with you in person. Once the raid timer goes below 60 seconds and there is someone else in the raid lobby other than you, back out of the raid and then immediately join back into the raid. You can then send an extra 5 invites, bringing the total amount of homies to 10. But know that once the raid timer gets below 30 seconds, you are no longer able to send any more invites. So try to get that double invite out before like 35 seconds. Stacking your Super Rocket Radars. Super Rocket Radars are items that you can only get from the Team Go Rocket boss, Pizza Boy Giovanni. And these rare items are the only way you can get Shadow legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which are some of the best Pokemon in the game. Like Shadow Mewtwo is like a top 3 Pokemon ever. But not all Shadow legendary Pokemon are made equally, and Super Rocket Radars are way too rare to waste. We only get a couple of them a year. So what should you do with these if you're trying to big brain it? Save them! Save your Super Rocket Radars for when a really good Shadow legendary Pokemon is available. And there's a couple ways you can do that. You can simply just claim your Super Rocket Radars and then just stack them up in your inventory and unequip them so that you don't run into the leaders, or Giovanni. Stay away from Giovanni. Or you could just leave them in your special research unclaimed, which is what I do because I don't know why I do that, I just do that. For example, right now I think Shadow Latios is available, but it sucks. So I personally have, I think, 2 to 3 Super Rocket Radars just sitting in my special research waiting to be claimed, so that when the next Shadow Legendary comes out, assuming that it's a good one, I'll have like 3 to 4 chances to get a good IV version of it. Now, obviously, if you're more of a completionist and you just want one of every single Shadow Legendary that's ever been released, this is not the strategy for you. Search strings. This might be one of the most underrated and slept on features in the game. It's something that can significantly boost the efficiency of your gameplay and help you identify some of the rarest Pokemon in your collection, hopefully before you delete them. There's actually tons of search strings that you can use, but we're gonna focus on the big 3 for today. Starting with the most obvious one, 4-star. By typing 4-star into your Pokemon storage, the game will pull up all of the 100% IV perfect Pokemon that you have. And before mass transferring Pokemon from like a big grind session, always sort by recent and search 4-star just to make sure you don't accidentally transfer a 100% IV perfect Pokemon. Now that's obvious. Let's get a little bit more nerdy. Search string age 0 and exclamation point 4-star and exclamation point 3-star. This might be the most efficient search string ever. Typing this into your Pokemon storage will show you all of the Pokemon you've caught within the last 24 hours that are not 4-star or 3-star IVs. So if we go through and we IV check, everything will be 2 stars or below, including legendary Pokemon like the Palkia that I've been catching. These are like the bad IV Palkia, which is why this search string is so important because it allows you to just filter out all the bad Pokemon throughout the day. You can select all, transfer all, and then bam, easy. Taking out the trash from the last 24 hours. But there's one more thing that you want to do before mass transferring, which I forgot to do. 0 defense and 0 HP and 0 attack. This string shows all of your 0% IV Pokemon, which are the most rare Pokemon in the game. Yes, 0% IV Pokemon are more rare than 100% IV Pokemon. And as you can see, I've got 3 of them, which is sick, including an unknown from Taiwan, which is double sick. Tagging. Tagging and nicknaming are 2 other pretty underrated features that can help a ton. For nicknaming, it's specifically helpful when raiding. When you're inviting friends, backing out, double inviting, having to type everyone's name in is like a huge waste of time. But if you use one single character like a money sign or a hashtag to nickname all the friends that you typically raid with, it's gonna make it way easier inviting your normal raid squad to raids. Tagging your Pokemon can also prove to be super useful. For example, I have 2 tags that I'm using all the time, every day. I've got my Mega Tag, which is basically Pokemon that I'm currently Mega evolving once a day to get them to the max level. And then I've got a tag that's Max Mega, which is all of my max level Mega Pokemon. I'm at 26 right now. So let's say I was rating a Fire type legendary Pokemon and I wanted to get more XL candy for it. I can just pop in here, click my Texazard, and I've got a free Mega evolution right there for a max level Mega. Tagging and nicknaming makes things easy to find and speeds up your efficiency. Guaranteed excellent throws. Did you know that there's a way to guarantee excellent throws in Pokemon Go? Now, this obviously isn't super useful for like easy to catch wild Pokemon, but when you're out there spending money on legendary Pokemon for raids, you're gonna wanna guarantee catches on them as well as you can. So here's how to get an excellent throw every single time, specifically for legendary Pokemon in raids. When in the encounter with the legendary, hold down the Premier Ball until the circle gets to the excellent size. Then let go of the ball and wait for the Pokemon to attack. At the tail end of the attack, throw the ball right at where the excellent circle would be. If you're accurate, the ball will hit an excellent during a moment the legendary cannot dodge the throw. Then boom! Easy excellence. Raid boss IVs. Speaking of raid bosses, there's another must-know tip for high-level gameplay: reading IVs. Technically with Pokemon, you don't know the IVs of them, usually until you catch them and then IV check them. But with raid bosses, that is not how they work. Raid bosses have fixed CPs and IVs, which means a 2280 CP Palkia will always be a 100% IV Palkia. And if you notice you have a 100% IV legendary on screen, you might try a little bit harder to catch it. Now, how do you tell the IVs? There's two ways. Once the raid boss is defeated, you can see its CP amount decline in the top right of the screen. The CP will actually stop at whatever the CP of the Pokemon will be when you try to catch it. Once you're in the encounter, the CP is obviously right there in front of you, so then it's more about knowing the 100% IV catch CPs, which you mainly want to do for legendary Pokemon. And I personally report those legendary 100% IV catch CPs every time we get a new legendary here on the channel, so make sure to subscribe. XL Candy. Other than Stardust, XL Candy is the most valuable resource in Pokemon Go, and it is much more expensive to acquire, especially for legendary Pokemon. So there's a couple of tricks the pros deploy to maximize their XL Candy gain and power up their heaviest hitting Pokemon. One of the easy ones being simply walking a Pokemon you want XL Candies for. When walking your buddy Pokemon, you get candies and have a chance at getting XL Candies. And you actually have like a super high chance at getting XL Candies if the Pokemon you're walking is level 35 or above. So powering up the Pokemon that you want to walk for XL Candies is a good strat. Now, this is more difficult for legendary Pokemon since legendary Pokemon require 20 kilometers to walk for a candy. But for regular Pokemon, it works great. And the biggest tip today, Mega Pokemon for XL Candies. Mega Pokemon are currently the #1 way to farm XL Candies, which again are one of the top resources in game. How the Mega level of your Pokemon impacts the amount of XL Candies you get is a bit complicated, but the main takeaway is this: having a max level Mega is absolutely overpowered when trying to get XL Candies for certain Pokemon. If you grind events like Spotlight Hour and Community Day with a max level 3 Mega, you'll end it with hundreds of XL Candies gained. And when raiding legendary Pokemon, having that max level Mega will significantly decrease the amount of raids and overall amount of money you'll need to spend to fully max out that legendary. Because remember, for legendary Pokemon, it does take 296 XL Candy to level 50. If there's one tip you leave today's video with, it's that Mega Pokemon are incredibly useful if used properly. And those are 7 hidden tips the professionals use.